Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here. I want to begin with a line that carries real weight, one I believe will land with each of us. You become what you pay attention to. In a world flooded with notifications, emails, and fragmented conversations, our capacity for deep focus is quietly eroding. Deep Work by Newport isn't just another productivity book. It's a powerful argument for the value of sustained concentration in an age that chips away at it hour by hour. Newport doesn't preach like a tech evangelist. He observes, analyzes, and makes a sharp case. When you learn to insulate yourself from distraction, you don't merely work faster, you transform the very nature of the work you do. So what truly happens when someone commits to living and working in the spirit of deep work? Can we retrain our minds to resist the relentless rush, or will we be swept along with it? Today, I invite you to explore that question with me, and to hold on to one truth from the very start. Deep work is not a basic productivity tip. It is a vital competitive advantage. We live in an economy powered by ideas, information, and creativity. The winners are those who learn at lightning speed and produce results that rise far above average. Deep work is the engine that makes both possible. You can't master a complex skill when your attention is shredded by messages and alerts. Just as you can't produce a breakthrough idea while being yanked out of your thought stream every few minutes. Think of Nate Silver, the data journalist who stunned the world with election forecasts. He spends hour after hour immersed in vast datasets, carefully tuning predictive models. That's work where a single interruption can snap the delicate thread of thought. His ability to protect that concentrated state is what turned analysis into impact. This isn't a hazy concept. Neuroscience shows that when we go deep, the brain shifts into a mode many call flow. If you've ever looked up from a difficult, absorbing task and wondered where the time went, you've felt it. In flow, neural connections tighten, new knowledge sticks, and ideas surface with surprising ease. More than once I've stepped out of that state and realized I'd accomplished a week's work in a handful of hours. But the value of deep work goes beyond productivity. It shields us against the rising tide of automation. Artificial intelligence, algorithms, and robotics are quietly taking over repetitive, predictable tasks. What remains, and what grows in value, are the efforts that demand deep thinking, creativity, originality, and nuanced integration across domains. These are precisely the muscles that deep work strengthens. I don't say this to alarm you, but to clarify the stakes. Mastering deep work is how you keep your footing in the future. Deep work is not a talent you're born with, it's a trainable skill. It shortens the path to mastery by helping your brain build and strengthen its circuitry at a pace nothing else matches. There are no shortcuts here. The myth of multitasking is exactly that, a myth. And interruptions are costly. A top programmer once noted that solving a complex problem requires at least 3 uninterrupted hours. One break in concentration can cost 30 minutes just to reconstruct the mental context, and the fragile idea forming on the edge of awareness may vanish for good. Science backs this up. Every context switch forces your brain to change states. And the return trip is far more expensive than we think. Deep work eliminates that waste and turns minutes into momentum. If it's so valuable, why doesn't everyone do it? Because deep work is not only hard, it's increasingly rare. The problem isn't ignorance, it's that our environment is designed to push us away from depth. Consider a normal workday. Email pings nonstop. Team chat never sleeps. Calendars fill with meetings. We call this flexible, connected, and collaborative, yet it quietly makes deep work nearly impossible. Many organizations reward surface synergy, the person who replies fastest, who's always instantly available, over the person who produces breakthroughs. It looks busy, but it steals the very time deep effort requires. Add the gravitational pull of technology and social media. Every notification is an invitation to abandon focus. Our brains are wired to chase quick rewards, alike. A new message. So many of us don't go more than a few minutes without checking our phones. This is a form of addiction. And like any addiction, it erodes the patience deep work demands. Some people have never stayed in deep concentration long enough to taste its benefits. They grew up where distraction was the default, so they see no reason to protect focused time. The paradox is painful. Deep work is a goldmine right under our feet. But most of us are busy sifting the surface sand. When you choose to defend time for deep work, prepare to be misunderstood. You may be seen as aloof or unresponsive, but that difference is precisely what will keep you from dissolving into the crowd. In a noisy world, sustained focus feels like a superpower, not because you're smarter, but because you're swimming against a current that carries most people away. Deep work isn't just rare and valuable, it is meaningful. Meaning doesn't arrive through applause or quick hits of validation. It emerges when you pour your full attention into a difficult challenge. Wrestle with it, and stand before a result you can truly be proud of. We're often happiest not in idleness, but when we're doing something just hard enough to stretch us without breaking us. Deep work creates that ideal condition for flow. In those moments, the outcome is almost secondary, the process itself becomes the reward. Unlike social media, deep work does not need an audience. Its worth doesn't depend on likes or comments. It is a conversation between you and your craft, one that can redefine how you see yourself. Spend hours, days, even months with a hard problem, and you don't just produce a result, you build a piece of your identity around it. Research on flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi even suggests that in deep focus the brain quiets regions tied to anxiety and self-doubt. Deep work not only creates value, it frees you from that constant background noise. So how do we master it? We start by designing our days to make deep focus inevitable. Put boundaries around your attention. Choose a quiet place and a fixed window. Prepare the tools you'll need. Set simple rules, no email, no phone, and decide in advance how you'll measure a good session. End your day with a brief shutdown ritual to release your mind from vigilance. So your evenings aren't spent carrying invisible mental load. Learn to say no to opportunities that don't match your priorities. And carve seasons of extended deep work into your calendar. Some people adopt a monastic approach, stripping away shallow obligations for long stretches. Others work bimodally, reserving big blocks for depth and using the rest for surface tasks. Still others take a rhythmic approach, embedding a daily pattern that makes depth automatic. And a few develop journalistic agility, dropping into deep focus whenever a window appears. Just as importantly, we must retrain our brains to tolerate quiet. Boredom is strength training for the mind. Schedule short periods without stimulation, no phone, no internet, so your attention can breathe. When you feel the itch to check your device, delay it by 10 or 20 minutes. That small act of resistance is the workout. Confine your online time to set windows so each visit serves a purpose instead of becoming a reflex. We also need to reconsider our relationship with social media. These platforms are engineered to harvest attention and deliver fast rewards. And the price is your capacity for depth. Use a craftsman's standard. Don't ask whether a tool has benefits. Ask whether those benefits clearly outweigh the cost to your focus and the quality of your work. Try 30 days away from all platforms and then ask whether you truly missed anything essential. If you decide to return, do it with rules: why you'll use it, when you'll use it, and how you'll keep it contained. Finally, drain the shallows. Shallow work, emails, status updates, fly-by meetings, creates the illusion of progress while swallowing your energy. Learn to recognize it, place firm limits on it, and schedule your day backward from a non-negotiable finish time so long blocks for depth are protected. Default to no or not now for requests that dilute your focus. Use templates. Automate what you can, and delegate when possible. Treat deep work blocks like meetings you cannot cancel. When you practice these habits, designing your day for depth, embracing boredom, taming social media, and containing the shallows, you reclaim an edge much of the modern world has lost: the ability to sit down, focus, and make things that truly matter. Deep work isn't just a skill for success, it's a way of living. It's a quiet declaration that you, not the world, will decide how your mind is used. Begin with small, protected windows. Defend them fiercely. Expand them over time. Before long, deep work will stop being something you try to do and start being part of who you are. And when that happens, you'll see why I call deep work a precious capability, not merely because it's rare, but because it can shape your career and your life. It's not only how you work, it's how you live. Thank you for listening. Start your own deep work journey today. If this message resonated with you, Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with the one deep work habit you'll begin this week.